Happy Friday. We are moving into the middle part of James chapter 2, and we get some more specific comments around the economics that is driving some of the tension in that church. So let me read, starting with verse 5. Listen, my beloved brothers and sisters, has not God chosen those who are poor in the world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to those who love him? But you have dishonored the poor. Are not the rich the ones who oppress you and the ones who drag you into court? Are they not the ones who blaspheme the honorable name by which you were called? So, as I've said, there's a lot of economic tension in the book of James. Much of it appears to be directed at those who have profited from unjust gains or have misused their power to oppress others. The Bible is very clear that money is at best a mixed blessing. It's not neutral. When Jesus talks about money, he capitalizes the M, he calls it mammon, and he implies that it is a power that will clean your clock if you are not vigilant. This does not mean that money is in and of itself evil, as some people say. The passage is not that money is the root of all evil. It is the love of money is the root of all sorts of evil. We don't find a blanket condemnation of wealth in the Bible. We'll explore a little bit more of that when we get to James chapter 5. As I've noted, James is a very Hebrew book in its structure. The Jewish writing in the first century sort of skips around a little bit, but it's building. It's not randomly skipping. It's sort of building, and it's moving forward. And by the time James gets to the 5th chapter, he's built himself into a bit of a crescendo, and so we'll particularly drill down on what he says about money when we get there. But for now, I want you to understand, not having money is not a sign of spiritual maturity. And having money does not mean that we're necessarily cursed. Not all rich people are poor in faith, and not all poor people are rich in faith. There's nothing uniquely meritorious about being poor. God does have a special heart for the oppressed and for the weak, the widow and the orphan. And we are expected, those of us with resources, almost all listening to me, we are expected to be people who are good stewards of the gifts, the opportunities, the resources, the time, the talent, the network that we have been given to care for others less fortunate than ourselves. With that thought, have a good weekend. See you on Monday.